I'm trying to portray the look of disappointment and like an oops look. Oops, oops, uh-oh. It's basically for Mission Impossible. I think it'd be a bit too harsh if I called it dead boring, but I would definitely say anticlimactic. Where do we start? Obviously, massive build up. Mission Impossible, the final leg of Mission Impossibles, which have done absolutely, fantastic in previous years. But I found this a little bit meh. I walked out thinking, okay, no, I'm not gonna be harsh, but I'm gonna be honest, and I just found it very underwhelming. Do I think I need to watch it again? There was part of me that thought, did I miss something? Is there something here that I'm not seeing? And I think what I wasn't seeing was a lot of set pieces, like in football where you have free kicks, etc. Usually with Mission Impossibles, there's a number of stunts throughout the movie. This one seemed to be building up to a big one, And I found that the big one wasn't so big. It was Tom Cruise hanging off of an aeroplane, which we've seen before. So granted, probably very, very dangerous and, surely is. But when you've seen that already in other films of his, you're like, okay, Tom, you've done this before. I'm not after a film to do massive, spectacular stunts, which is almost impossible to believe. You still need to keep it in the realms of believability, especially when it comes to Mission Impossibles, because they've always treaded the line of, belief and reality. Suspended reality and reality itself. And yeah, so it keeps it almost analog. You're on a plane and you're hanging off and etc. But the last scene was just meh. I mean, the poster of the film, the black and white poster, him looking gritty. I'm thinking, hi, are we going for some real rough kind of Jason Bourne raw stuff? Gritty, hand-to-hand combat, fantastic choreography. No, it was a lot of talking. And a lot of running. And I think Tom Cruise is probably still running as we speak. I don't know if it was the marathon for the advert for some new trainers, but Tommy TC, I think he's still running out there somewhere. I don't know what he loves to run. That's good. Keeps you healthy. There was just a lot of it, and there were some really silly scenes, such as running down London. I think it was Tower Bridge Road, which I've actually experienced at, say, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. There wasn't one car, not even a bus. I'm sorry, you can't just run down the middle of the road in Tower Bridge unless it was COVID, etc. As I said, the poster looked great. I tell you, one of the best things of the movie was there was some parts that had some beautiful lighting. There was a submarine where the flares come up. Some really beautiful lighting that reminded me when they kept getting the 5D. They got the 5D. I can't actually find. I was trying to find the picture of it. They got the 5D code, the encrypted thing. It's it gives off a lovely yellow tinge, and it reminded me of Indiana Jones and the Goonies, and it had that kind of adventure feel to it, and it was just a lovely bit of lighting. And I think out of the whole movie, that was what I liked most. That's what I liked most. I found like Ghost Protocol was almost perfect. You had motorbike chases, you had car chases, you had fighting. But here, it was just a lot of talk. It was a lot of talk, and you think, okay, we're going to build up to something now. But it didn't. It was really underwhelming. Underwhelming, and I'm very surprised. It reminded me of part of it. There's a part of it where it reminded me of James Bond. one of the movies. I think it may have been the last one. And I was just thinking how much. I'm just disappointed because the previous Mission Impossibles are absolutely, they're great. They're entertaining throughout. I found the last one stretching itself. I mean, we were exposed to the motorbike. We were exposed to the motorbike stunt months before the film came out. They were talking about it on YouTube. There's documentaries about it. It's like, okay, maybe you shouldn't reveal stuff like that until the movie is actually here. Because we're like, yeah, seen this stunt. Yeah, just done this before. Okay, thanks. And the train scene, obviously very large, very big. As I said, I think Mission Impossible does like to tread the line between reality and just basically absurdness. And I don't think you need to go too big. That's what I like about the Jason Bourne movies. It's so real. Climbs out of a window, climbs down, doesn't jump out and roll. But this is Mission Impossible, so I'm not going to chastise it for its non-reality. I just found that this was probably one of the most disappointing, if not the most disappointing of the series. It really was. No one seemed interested, and it was a very typical, it was a bit of a monologue back to a montage, back to all the other Mission Impossibles, the in-jokes, the references, even old characters from the old Mission Impossibles. So it was like, hey, Tom's that last one. Let's have a little couple of Hannah Waddington. I think I've said her name right. Hannah Waddington or Waddingham. Totally miscast as the lady on the ship's captain. You just did not fit. It was like she was as convincing as an Italian curry. That's what I was thinking about earlier. It was. I don't know who cast her. I don't know if she's friends of the cast. And they was like, do you want to have a go? Yeah, go now, I'll have a go. No, go and see it for yourself. I can't say really anything really impressed me. Even Gabriel didn't seem like the most horrendous of villains. It was just very, it's Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel's missing about again. Oh God, there was just no, especially compared to the last one, there wasn't really any. It just didn't feel as tense. There was no tenseness. It was just more like, should we just do some stuff? Should we film it? We'll see what happens, see how it comes across, and then it's not a bad film. It's long. It is long. It felt long, and I even went out to I was about an hour. I think before even the titles came up, there was about half an hour in. But yeah, I went out to get a beer. I was like, let's have some popcorn, because I was like, yeah, I'm warming into this, and I just found myself. I was like, where is something's not happening here? Hello, is this going to happen soon? No, it's the worst of the series, I would say. It's a shame, obviously. I do enjoy the Mission Impossibles, but I think this one, it just was underwhelming. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I may be wrong. It's just my opinion. This is what I'm here for, to tell you about a film I've just seen. Have a great time, whatever you're doing. Some people may be going on holiday. Some people may just be about to make a cup of tea. Either way, it's very exciting for people. Either of those. Some people may get excited by making a cup of tea. Have a lovely one. Take care. All the best.
I need you to trust me. One last time.